All right, guys, welcome to Remotely Wasted. We're gonna do a video where we kind of explain what this channel is. Um, we've been doing this. We've been doing YouTube for about
This is
4 years, or this is like our four. This is our fourth year doing
is it four?
YouTube. Yeah, we've been doing
Yeah.
YouTube since 2022, so I think it's been three, but like we're on our the start of our fourth year doing it, and we started in September. This past September, we had 450 subscribers, and now we're pushing 8,000. So I figured it's a good time for us to kind of just like explain what this channel is because if
Almost
you
like an
subscribe
intro.
to us, like, yeah, like an intro, we're gonna pin this on the channel. If you're subscribed to us, you've probably like are a little confused. Like sometimes we're talking about football, sometimes we're doing tier list, sometimes we're
You see
we're
some
talking
random
about random
shorts.
stuff. Like I did a Fortnite video a couple weeks ago.
I see that. You're bad. You're terrible.
It's it's a weird channel. We got random shorts. A lot of y'all probably subscribe through the shorts. A lot of those are going to get deleted. We'll explain that a little bit. But basically, really, it goes back to me and Jaden. We've been friends for a really long time. Probably like at this point, it's probably been about. I guess we could introduce
It's
ourselves.
like
My name's Nick. He's Jaden.
it's
Um,
like 14 years. We
yeah,
met freshman year of high school, which
Yeah,
was
it's like 14, 15 years.
like
It's
2011.
been yeah, 2011. So we're pushing 15 years of being friends. And Jaden's in the military, so we haven't been able to like really hang out face to face. And one thing that like really kept us like in touch a lot was like sports. We would just like text each other about sports all the time,
Yeah.
which really kind of like kept the friendship from like fizzling out. We just always talked about sports, and we kind of always like
We'd occasionally see each other if I'd come home and like, hey, I come over and like we'd have like a little bonfire. Kind of early years of like my military career because my first year and a half I was in Delaware because like we're both from Oklahoma. So my first year and a half I was in Delaware, the complete opposite side of the country. So I'd come back like once a year and like we'd hang out and have like a little party. And then I moved to Japan for 4 years, so it was way harder to see each other. I'd maybe still come home like once a year. And, we'd still hang out and like, do some drinking, catch up, hang out with the friends from high school. Um, yeah, like you said, it was definitely a way for us to keep in contact. And when we did start this, I think when I moved back from Japan to I'm in Kansas now, as of this recording, it was really just like a way to keep in touch throughout the week, talk about maybe like what we want to record. If we didn't want to do anything random, we still had the college football season because that's mostly what we're interested in personally. That's our biggest shared interest for the most part. To keep us in touch, weekly, so we'd pop on, before we'd even record the episode, sometimes we would just chit chat for, 30 minutes, talk about some stuff, start the episode, record. After the episode, we'd still chit chat for 30 minutes, hour sometimes, depending on
yeah.
what we got going on in our lives, new developments, talking about just random stuff, and then say bye and then rinse repeat the next week. So it definitely kept us in contact, week to week. And then prior, I guess, like prior to this season, kind of once the college football season would end, we'd kind of fizzle out, and we
Yeah.
wouldn't really record over the off season. I think 2 years ago I was deployed for right before the college football playoff started. I was gone.
Yeah, you were in like Pakistan or something like that, like
I was
something
in
crazy like
Kuwait.
that. Kuwait, yeah, so, somewhere in
So
the
yeah,
Middle
two
East.
years
Like,
ago that was that. Last year, I think we just I don't know, we just didn't really have like the energy to like keep going like week to week, and it's a lot to find something to make a video on every single week when we don't have that like stability and foundation of college football to rely on to talk about. It's hard to make an idea and come up with an idea to like what you want to talk
yeah,
about,
and
whether
and
it's
and another reason, maybe we didn't make, we weren't making videos after the college football season was because we really didn't have that many subscribers. So sometimes it just felt kind of pointless to like, oh, we're gonna make this video and like nobody's gonna
yeah,
watch
the,
it.
the
Um,
desire and energy just kind of wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, like I think you're gonna see us a lot more this upcoming off season. Like I don't really have any plans to really stop. We might take a few breaks, but like hopefully we could just get some videos pre-recorded. That way, there's
Yeah.
still a constant flow of stuff coming in because now we have subscribers. We've been like a lot more energized with the channel since we got all those subscribers. But yeah, it started out as just a way for us to keep in touch, keep talking about football. We'd always like text each other, talk about football before we did the YouTube channel, and we had kind of been like floating around that idea a little bit, like oh we should do a YouTube channel. We probably did that for like a year or two before we were like, let's
Yeah.
actually just like let's just do it. Let's just try
It
it and see
it
what
it
happens.
seems like such a, I don't know if like intimidating is the right word, but like almost like there's a lot of work. Like it seems like it at face value, like thinking about the idea, like you gotta edit the videos and post them and come up with ideas of what you're gonna talk about. And yeah, like when we like the first couple seasons, we was just doing like full length, like 3, 4 hour long videos, and like this past season, we kind of altered our approach to it, and we kind of broke it into certain categories in a way. Uh, Granted,
Yeah,
our college football episodes don't have a whole lot of success in the view and the like category, but that's at our foundation. Like that's who we are, and like that's what we want to do going forward, and that's what we're gonna keep doing. Like whether or not the views and the likes are there, like that's we're still gonna keep making those. But we still enjoy making those random videos, whether it's the tier lists or we did one Halloween where we talked about just like ghost stories and crazy things. We did a survival one with I've had a couple of my coworkers come on for like random guests. If you've watched a lot of our videos, you've probably seen Jack. He's come on. He's a menace to society. Uh, he kind of brings that like fun factor in a little bit, just something different than us to.
yeah, and Jack has a lot of like I feel like he's got a lot of pop culture knowledge,
Yeah.
which like really helps his dynamic because Jack's like I think he might be the only guest we've ever had on twice, and he's probably been on like 10 to 12 times,
Yeah, he's been on
like
a
at
lot.
least. He's been on a lot of episodes. Well, we've had Shelton on two times for the college football
Yeah,
episodes as well.
actually, speaking of Shelton, I actually texted him Saturday. I was like, "Hey, congrats on the ACC championship for Duke," because he's a massive Duke fan, massive. I don't remember if he's trying to go to Duke or because I know he's going to Liberty, and I don't remember if he's transferring to Duke or whatever the layout of his college career is. But uh, ultimately, he's just a massive Duke fan. But I'd like to get him back on. But all that aside, like. This isn't like just purely a college football channel, like we enjoy other things, but at our core, that's like what we, Nick and I enjoy, and that's what we're primarily going to focus like a lot of our energy on during the season. Um, and then the off season, it's just like fair game, it could be anything. It's just something for us to do, something for us to stay connected. It could be, the tier list like we've done. It could be us reading stupid ghost stories during Halloween. It could be during the summer. We could be talking about road trip destinations. It could be whatever we just decide could be a fun video that we want to get on and talk about. And whether or not it brings views or likes, that's ultimately not what we care about. Like bottom line, it's just for Nick and I to stay connected as best friends because yeah at the end of the day Nick is my best friend and he probably will be to the end of my
Yeah, absolutely.
lifetime, and like that's all we really care about. The views and the likes and the subscribers are secondary to that goal. And it is fun to see the subscriber count go up and the likes to come in and you guys to comment on the videos. It's very rewarding. Sorry, I'm slightly intoxicated. And that's also like a theme of the show. We like to drink. Well, me, Nick's a quitter.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I guess we could explain that. So we got the name. So like
Nick's a quitter.
the initial like I guess theme of the channel was like for us to get drunk and talk about football. And we used to like when the first like year
Oh
we
my
did it,
God.
we were getting like trashed on
Trash.
here. I mean, I'm talking like I'm nearly
I don't know how I was
blacking
going
out
to.
on a Tuesday night.
I don't know how I was going to work the next day.
Like
I don't.
we were damn near blacking out on the first episodes. Like if you guys go back to watch like our first few videos, like
I need to go
scroll
back
down to the
and
end of those, and we're almost blacked out.
I need to go back and watch some of those. Jesus Christ! I remember like waking up and I'm like, what the hell did we talk about? Like I vaguely have an idea of what we talked about, but I have no idea what I said personally. Um, so like that's kind of like that. It's slight. That's a slight theme, I suppose. It's like we're remote. Yeah, we're wasted. At least maybe one of us. Me, more so
Yeah,
me, but
remotely. Well, yeah, so that's where we got the name. Remote and wasted, but also like remotely. Like it's like a double entendre.
holy
Initially,
shit.
the first two episodes we were called the last podcast. We found out that was a taken name, so we just brainstormed some ideas, landed on remotely wasted, and then we got there. I don't
Yep.
drink as much. Like I still drink on occasion. I don't think I've really drank this season because I don't
Word.
know. Like my job just requires a little bit more brain activity than the job I had when we started doing it. So when I wake up in the morning, it's not as easy and I'm also I'm 29 now. Like I was 25 or 26 when we started doing this. So I
Yep.
can't recover from hangovers as well as I did when we first started. There's many episodes I had to go back and just scrap because we just said things that were gonna get us banned from YouTube on the episodes.
Real nefarious shit.
Just in some there were some episodes where like maybe we didn't say anything inappropriate, but we were just oversharing, and I was like, I feel
Yeah,
like we
not
wouldn't
trying to be
actually
too personal.
wanna tell like I have no problem being personal, but I want to like consciously like
Share that information.
share
Yeah.
that while I'm either sober or like at least like before I got drunk, I knew I was
Yeah.
gonna talk about whatever the subject was. I don't want to accidentally say something that is just, too much and, maybe puts somebody in my life like on blast and they didn't want that information to get out. So I mean, yeah, getting drunk is definitely a common theme on this show. I don't do it as much, but I will do it in the future again.
I gotta keep it going. Somebody's gotta go.
Yeah, so yeah, we get drunk. We're gonna post a lot of different stuff. I mean, we've done tier lists, we've done guest. I've done like short little video essays. Did a Fortnite video. I was talking about on that Fortnite video. Actually, I think like 8 people watched it. But like, I was like, oh, maybe Jaden will hop on Fortnite one of these days. Because all you do is just screen record the PlayStation and it
Yeah.
records the mic, and it's actually like really simple. The audio is kind of hard to play with, so that's one thing. But yeah, I mean, we really just wanted to kind of explain what this
It's like,
channel
yeah, what we were
is.
about.
Mainly college football, but during the off season, you're gonna see a lot of different things, different guests. Like yeah, if you've watched Jack is you're gonna continue to see Jack, I'm sure at different points. We've had different guests. We're gonna continue to probably bring guests on. My friend, our friend Carlos, who we've been friends with for a long time as well. He's gonna come back on here. We're gonna we'll see what we do with the
He was
shorts.
on a video
He
before,
was on
wasn't?
2 videos. He was on it was like the best actor tier list, and then it was like the
Okay.
Star Wars movie
I remember.
tier list as well.
Yeah. Okay. I vaguely remember that.
And then we did like a bracket episode. We like our brackets did like reasonably well for
The
us at the
brackets are
time.
they're so much fun.
Like the fast food brackets, the superhero movie brackets, those ones were really fun. We've got a lot of ideas. So yeah, I mean like it's really like we said, it's just a way for us to keep in touch. We've been friends since yeah, freshman year in high school. We met in cross country. Um
It was like a lifetime ago.
we lived like pretty close to each other at the time. We
Two
walked home
streets,
the same
two
way,
streets
so that's
over.
kind of just like walked home together. That's kind of how we became friends. We've seen like a lot of growth from one another like over the years. Like we're like two
Boy,
completely
have
different
we.
people. Like
Nick is a changed man. He's a dapper young gentleman now.
when Jaden first met me, I was
All
like
right. I thought you
I
were supposed to
was
start talking shit. I was like, all right, Nick, relax.
when Jaden first started, like when he first met me, I was like I had a hot-headed temper. I was like very like emotional person. Like I was just like a lot different than I am right now. Like
Yeah.
that, like just imagine the opposite of me right now, and that's kind of like I would be very confrontational with people. I would like
For no
yell,
reason.
like
For no reason.
I would start shit. I would just like talk shit. I would just be like I don't know. I was kind of an asshole, like really thinking back on it. And Jaden was different too. Jaden was like I feel like Jaden always had like a girlfriend like when like we were in high school. Like Jaden was like one of those guys like
Yeah, yeah, I guess because yeah, I did have a girlfriend freshman year, and then I don't think sophomore year, no, and then yeah, yeah, junior year through the rest of it, yeah, I was locked down.
it was like Jaden was always like in his feelings about a girl. It kind of seemed like me too, but in like a different way. Like
Yeah,
um
Nick had a solo, he had a solo crush for like the whole time, the all
the
high
whole high
school.
school
It
basically.
was he the one that got away. He had the one
She was not the one that got away, but
at the time. Yeah, it was the
she was
one.
like she was my first love or whatever we'll say.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, like over the years, like Jaden's got married to the same person he was with in high school. Like he has a family now. Um,
Yep. Yep.
I went to college, you know, graduated. That's like the best accomplishment I really have.
I mean, two
Um,
different routes, a little bit.
two different routes, but yeah, completely different people. We got in some trouble when we were younger, did some things we maybe shouldn't have done.
I
Um,
still talk about some of them stories occasionally at
we
the middle school and
we did just like a lot of different stuff. We kind of came from like two different like upbringings too, so it was kind of like a fusion of
a
worlds,
little
but they
bit.
also
Yeah.
weren't like too crazy different in terms of like financial status. Like I feel like we weren't like too like we weren't neither one of us were like rich. We were like lower middle class to poor at times, I would say for both of us. Um growing up here in northern Oklahoma. And yeah, we weren't rich or anything like that. We weren't popular at school, but we weren't like complete losers or like outcasts. We were just kind of like we are kind of there, just like chill.
Just hanging
Um,
out.
just had our little friend group of a few different people. Jaden played soccer for a little bit. Um,
Yep. Cross
trying
country soccer.
trying to think of like any other like real details of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we'll probably just share on like different episodes of like
Yeah, maybe down the line.
things that happen in the past. There's been yeah we've been friends for a really long time, almost 15 years. It's a
It's a
you get
lot.
older,
Cat.
like I don't know, it
I
feels like
can't.
we were just in high school and then and
Yeah, I
then
can't believe
here
it.
you are. You're almost 30. Like damn, I've been friends with like you start knowing people for like a
That
really long time.
I'll be 30 in like 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll now 7 months for me because I turned I like I'm like a month after you. Yeah, first time I ever got drunk was at Jaden's 18th birthday party.
That
Um,
was a crazy party.
that party was actually
Jesus
insane.
Christ.
Jaden like Jaden's parents were a little bit more like relaxed on alcohol and different things like that. My parents were like a little bit more strict. Granted, I still did a lot of stuff, but I would just get in trouble for a really long time and get grounded and stuff like that. But I had never really drank. And then I remember like just telling my mom like, oh, you know, we're just it's gonna be a few friends. Like they got a little pool in the backyard. You know, we're just gonna hang out. It's his 18th birthday. We ain't doing nothing too crazy. My mom's like, okay, you got to be home by 11. And then I'm like, all right. And then
It,
as soon as we pull up,
it turned into like a block. It was like a block party. There was
there's three parties going on the block. And as soon as me and my mom pulled up, Jaden and his dad are just carrying like just a giant ice chest of like alcohol. And I was just like,
you know, I that was it wasn't mine. It wasn't for me. I yeah, it wasn't mine.
I was like, my mom was like, all right. Like she was like, you got to be home by 11. And then we go to the party. Like they had like Jello shots. They had everything. You know, like I think Jaden might have spent like $300 or
It
$400.
it
Like
wasn't mine though. It wasn't mine.
he spent a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. It was like 300, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me.
It was like an unlimited amount. It was probably like the most like there's just been like freely available
It's like
at a
a mini.
party.
It was like a mini Project X.
It was pretty ridiculous. And then like I had never drank before, so I was not really pacing myself. And then like the next thing I knew, I was just like completely trashed. My mom's texting me like, "Oh, you got to come home," and I was like, "Mom, I'm staying the
I ain't
night
fucking
here."
coming.
Mom, I was like, please just let me stay the night here. And she was like, fine. I won't tell your dad. And then next
There
day,
was there's probably like 75 people there at least. It was a lot.
yeah, it was just a good time. There's a pool in the backyard, there's trampoline, people are jumping from the pool to the trampoline. I started swimming. I was just walking around the house like soaking wet, and Jaden's stepmom at the time was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like you're just like wet and sitting on my couch." And I was like, "I'll apologize tomorrow." Like I just remember being like, "Well, at least you know you're gonna do it again." And then yeah, I wake up in the morning to my mom knocking on the door. I'm completely hungover, and it was just a crazy, crazy, crazy night. But yeah, that's like one story of like my first time getting drunk at Jaden's house. But
Good times. Good times.
yeah, more stories to come. But yeah, like we said, this is remotely wasted. So we just wanted to explain what it was, and we'll pin this. So hopefully, all you new subscribers can kind of get a vibe, and hopefully, you like our personalities and keep coming back. But
Hell
we'll catch
yeah.
y'all.
See ya.